Welcome to my algebra class. This is chapter 4, section 3. We're working with monomials and multiplying them, and we're also going to have to use the product of powers rule. If you remember from last year, if I have 3 to the second times 3 to the fifth, that's 3 times 3 times 5 threes. And if I collect all those, I have 7 threes, so that'd be 3 to the 7th power. Well, instead of expanding all that, it would be the same thing if I just took the 2 plus the 5 and got 3 to the 7th. So when we times powers that have the same bases, then we can just add the exponents. So the first example here, x to the 4th times x to the 7th, that would be a total of 11 x's. Add the exponents 4 plus 7. In the second example, I can take the associative property, regroup, and the commutative property, multiply the 4 and the 6 together and get 24. And then the n to the 3rd times n to the 2nd, that's a total of 5 n's. So it'd be 24 n to the 5th. The third example, the negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. A to the 4th times a to the 7th, that's 11. Add the exponents 4 plus 7, 11 a's. And b to the 2nd times b to the 1st, that's add the exponents 2 plus 3, that's 2 plus 1 makes 3. So it's negative 12, a to the 11th, b to the 3rd. And the last problem here is division. Or excuse me, multiplication, which we can cancel. So 5 goes into 5 once and into 15 3. 7 goes into 7 once and into 14 twice. Then I can multiply the numbers first. It gives me 6. M to the 4th times m to the 7th is m to the 11th. N to the 1st times n to the 2nd, that's a total of 3 n's. So 6m to the 11th, n to the 3rd. And if you would like to get this copied into your notebook right now or go to the sheet, and it's here, you can pause the video and do that. Moving on to the assignment, you need to open your books to page 154, written 1 to 52. Make sure your paper is headed, and you skip a line, you have the title, and fold the paper. And we're starting with problem number 2, and the directions are simply to simplify. So copy the problem down, a to the 2nd times a to the 2nd. Bases are the same, add the exponents, it's a to the 4th. Problem number 4, copy the problem down, it's n to the 2nd times n to the 2nd times n, and the 1 is understood. So that's a total of 5 n's, n to the 5th, 2 plus 2 plus 1. Problem number 6, we have 5a to the 5th times 6a to the 6th. Multiplying the 5 and the 6 together, that gives me 30. A to the 5th times a to the 6th, that's a total of 11 a's. So 30a to the 11th. Problem 8, y cubed z times y squared z cubed. Multiplying the y's together first, there's 5 y's, 3 plus 2. And the z's, 1 here and 3 here, that's z to the 4th times z to the 4th. Problem number 10, you have 5x squared y times 3x cubed y to the 4th. Multiply the 5 and the 3 together, you get 15. X to the 2nd, y, x to the 3rd, that's a total of 2 plus 3, 5. Y to the 1st, y to the 4th, that'd be y to the 5th, adding the exponents. Number 12, 5y cubed times the negative 2y to the 4th. Multiply the coefficients together first, that's negative 10. Adding the exponents, that'd be 7y, so y to the 7th power. Problem number 14, you have 3r squared s cubed times the negative 5r cubed s. Multiply the numbers together, you get negative 15. R to the second times R to the third, that's a total of 5. S to the third, S to the first, 3 plus 1 makes S to the fourth. So negative 15, R to the fifth, S to the fourth. Number 16, you have 3y cubed z times 4y to the fourth z squared. Multiplying the numbers together, you get 12. Y 3 plus 4 makes 7, and z 1 plus 2 makes 3. Number 18, you have ab to the second times 5a squared b cubed times 3a cubed. Multiplying the numbers together, 1 times 5 times 3 is 15. A, you have 1 plus 2, that makes 3 plus 3 more is 6. And B, you have 2 plus 3 is 5. So it's 15, A to the 6th, B to the 5th. Problem number 20. Negative r squared s times negative 3rs cubed times negative s squared. Negative times negative times negative is 3 negatives, so the answer has to be negative. R, we have 2 plus the 1 makes 3. S, 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 2 is 6. So it's negative r cubed s to the 6th. 22, we have fractions, so use 2 lines, please. 2 sevenths a squared times 21a to the 5th. We can cancel, 7 goes into 21 3 times. Multiply the 2 times 3, that gives us the 6. And then a is to the second here and to the 5th here, add that, and that gives you 7. So our answer is 6a to the 7th. 24, again we have fractions, use 2 lines please. 4h cubed k squared over 7 times 21h k to the 5th over 2. Cancel, 7 goes into 7 once, into 21 3. 2 goes into 2 once, and into 4 twice. 2 times 3 is 6. I have h to the third and h to the first, so that's h to the fourth, adding 3 plus 1. K I have to the second, and k to the 5th, 2 plus 5 is 7. So my answer is 6h to the 4th, k to the 7th. Problem number 26, 8c squared times a negative d times negative 1/4, use 2 lines, c, d squared. Negative times negative is positive. 4 goes into 4 once and into 8 twice. 2 times 1 is 2. I have c squared and I have c to the first, so that's c to the third. I have d to the first and d to the second, that's d to the third. So my answer is 2c cubed d cubed. 28, you have negative a cubed b times negative a squared b squared times negative ab cubed. I have 1, 2, 3 negatives. That's going to be a negative. A, 3 plus 2 plus 1 is a to the 6th. B, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is b to the 6th. So it's negative a to the 6th, b to the 6th. Number 30, you have 5b to the 4th times a negative 3a squared b times a negative a cubed. I have 2 negatives, so that's going to be a positive answer. 5 times 3 is 15. A to the second and a to the third is going to be a to the 5th. B is to the 4th, and there's 1 here, so that's b to the 5th. So my answer is positive 15, a to the 5th, b to the 5th. Problem 31 through 34, simplify. So number 32, copy it down. We have 2y times the quantity 4y cubed plus 3y squared times 5y squared. Multiplying 2 times 4 is 8. Multiplying, I add my exponents, y to the fourth. Then I hold off on the addition, come over here and multiply here. 3 times 5 is 15. And I have y, 2 plus 2 is 4. Now since the y to the fourth is the same in both terms, these are like terms. Now this is where you've got to be careful. You only, when you're adding, you only work with the coefficients, never the exponents. So the answer is 23, y to the fourth. You only work with the coefficients with adding. When you're multiplying, that's when you work with both the coefficients and the exponents. So be careful. 34, I have 6s to the fifth times 2s squared minus the quantity 3s to the fourth times 4s cubed. 6 times 2 is 12. S to the fifth times s to the second, add the exponent. Since I'm multiplying, I get s to the seventh. Minus 3 times 4 is 12. S to the fourth times s to the third is s to the seventh. Working only with the coefficients, 12 minus 12 is 0. And I don't put s to the seventh, just 0. Skip the geometry problems 35 through 40. We're not going to do that. We're going to go start down with 41 through 52. So starting with 42. I have x to the 3nth power times x to the n. Since the bases are the same, I add my exponents. So 3n plus n. So my answer is x to the 4n power. Be sure you show all your steps. 44, I have 5 to the x power times 5 to the fourth. The bases are the same, so I can add my exponents. So it'd be x plus 4. My answer is 5 to the x plus 4 power. 46, I have negative 2 times negative 2 to the x minus 2 power. Now this is understood to be a 1 there. So I can add my exponents. It's negative 2 to the 1 plus x minus 2 power, which equals negative 2. 1 minus 2 is negative 1 plus x power, or x minus 1 power. Either way is the same. And 48, I have x to the second times x to the nth. They're the same basis, so I can add my exponents, x to the 2 plus n power. 50, 5 to the 2n plus 5 to the n plus 2 power plus, excuse me, that's not plus, it's times. Times 5 to the n plus 2 power times 5 to the nth. Since they're all the same bases and I'm multiplying, I can add my exponents. So it's 2n plus n plus 2 plus n, which gives me 2n plus n is 3n plus another n is 4n plus 2. And the last problem, 52, 3 to the t k power times k to the t to the third power. Multiplying the coefficients, I get 3k. Adding my exponents for t, k plus 3. Be sure when you're doing your odds to check the answer key in the back. Get help